Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. What up, people? What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling? What is happening? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Glad you could be here. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on? Happy Monday. Yo, let me check everybody out on YouTube and on Facebook and Twitch. So, we getting some people to come in, okay? Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good on Facebook. What up, y'all? Say hello. Say hello. Now, I need to get closer to 11, Judith, so thank you for being here. This isn't really close. This is closer to 12, but I need to get earlier. Let's go to YouTube. Let me launch this thing on YouTube, guys. YouTube is running. I just can't see you right now. This setup makes it so you can't see people till you add certain things, but we'll be there in a moment. I'll be there with you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Joining. Bam. All right, we're in the house. What is up, YouTube? Boom. Drums. Welcome to the Wolfpack Show. What's up, Wolfpack? All you Johnsons in the house, what's going on? Hope you had a good weekend. I see you. I see the green. Give it up for all the members of the Wolfpack who support the show. Bam. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Sound okay? We good? Yeah, we need to inch closer to 11. We need to get to 11. Me and Mrs. Black been talking. I'm like, I know. I guess if I just came out and just talk randomly, I wouldn't need to do research. Some people just do a random talk show, just talk, and they have tens of thousands of people watching at one time, and they don't use any notes, they don't cover anything, they just talk, and people go, this is great, this guy knows so much. I'm like, he didn't say anything. But people like it, so, hey man, the market knows best. I'm stupid like that. I think that I gotta have a point when I do a live stream, and that it should be about something that's newsworthy to you guys. Not just about me. Though I'm gonna break that rule because I am gonna talk a little bit tonight about some issues about me. But I want to get things going. Let's get things started off. Tim Black's Wolfpack in the house. Thank you for being members of the show. I gotta say this. I usually, I follow politicians like politics. And I only got into covering politicians because of presidential elections. Full disclosure, guys, I'm like most Americans, politically unaffiliated, politically agnostic for the most part, didn't know much about politics except shadiness. This is like 2015. So my Tim Black audience was like, Tim, check out Bernie Sanders. I think you're going to like what he's about. I think you're going to like what he stood for. He got locked up in a sit-in, fighting for rights for black folks in the 60s. He's been filibustering for 3 hours, trying to end the tax breaks to the rich. Did that against Obama because he believed so strongly about it. Caught a whole lot of backlash from it. Did it anyway. Check him out. And that was the only reason why I started really covering politics. Because up till then, I covered issues mostly affecting the black community, mostly what I knew, mostly about social stuff, also about, breaking news. So that's all you need to know about me. But here's the thing, guys. I never really took the time to, really dig into candidates until, 2017. And there were several candidates like Paula Spurgeon that I believed in that I supported. So, yeah, that's, and there's been a number of candidates. Candidates I thought had great stories like Cori Bush. Cori Bush was on this show before she became Congressperson Cori Bush because I believed in her message and what she was standing up for. I've been a supporter and in the turn before this election, back when she was just, when she was giving speeches back in 2015, 2016. So what I'm seeing now that I'm covering Nina Turner every week. I'm seeing some stuff, man. Here goes the latest ripple in this campaign thing, guys. Now, this is crazy. Nina Turner has gone on the offensive, right? Because she was just like trying to block punches. And then finally, it's like, okay, you know what? It's time to hit back. It's time to punch back. And once she punches back, everyone gets feelings. Yeah, everybody's starting to get in their feelings about it. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe that Nina Turner said negative things about Chantel Brown. Meanwhile, Chantel Brown, who advertised on their website for as much dark money and super PACs as possible to assist her, that's what she did. Those people have been running negative shit for the last 2 months. Nina didn't respond in ad form, right? Because she didn't want to get in the mud. But you know how it is. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you don't respond, people call you weak. People say you should have responded. People say these things because we're all strategists. And if you do respond, people call you mean. Because you're mean now and you're being dirty and you're fighting and everyone's fighting. So there's these clergy members in Cleveland that are pissed off because they are Chantel Brown supporters and they don't like Nina Turner's negative ads about Chantel Brown. Now, what they don't understand is two things different about Nina Turner's ad, which we ran. I think we're running a little bit more. I don't know if we're going to run that at all. We already ran it. I ran it last week. But here's the thing. The difference between Nina Turner's ad about Chantel Brown is it's based in reality, okay? And Nina Turner has the guts, and the Turner campaign has the guts to put their name on their negative ads. See, the thing about Chantel Brown is other dark forces outside of Cleveland, outside of Ohio, has spent loads of cash slandering Nina Turner with lies. Lies that people that know Nina Turner and know her have been following her know are totally bullshit. Total fabrication, total blatant lies, such as she doesn't support $15 minimum wage. The woman was in the heat and in the cold in cities and states across this country fighting for it. Fighting for that very thing. And they put out smear ads in the name of Chantel Brown saying Nina Turner does not support it. They say Nina Turner doesn't support Medicare for All. And she has been, Nina Turner, I've seen her live in person, covered her. In Chicago, covered her. In South Carolina. Talking to her voice was gone. Speaking to her voice was gone. Preaching to her voice was gone about the need for Medicare for All. These assholes come out and say, she doesn't even want Medicare for All. She doesn't really want it. Then we got dummies. Well, they're not really dummies. Plants and opposition, opposing forces who pretend to be friendly, but are ops, agreeing with that and helping them when they say that she doesn't want Medicare for All. So here's what I got for you guys. Here goes the clergy complaining and crying crocodile tears with selective outrage. Now they upset. They're only upset when Nina fights back. They're not upset when their girl or their woman, because Chantel Brown's almost 50. Their rap artist, Chantel Brown, is sometimes politician. Okay? They're not upset when people put out negative ads on her behalf. They don't say, hey, set that out, Chantel. Talk to your people. Talk to the people. Tell them you disavow this stuff. They don't say shit. They are silent. And these are men of the cloth. These are reverends and clergy people. They don't tell their person that they're supporting, hey, what's up with all the negativity? Hey, maybe you should get out and disavow yourself from this stuff. No, they go after Nina for having the guts to say, hey, what about your record, Chantel Brown? What have you done? What about this money? What about this? What about that? Now they got a problem. Here goes a little bit of that.
She has never said, I am Chantel Brown and I. She has never said, I am Chantel Brown and I approve this message.
That's right.
And see, they're not denying that Chantel Brown, there have been a number of ads that are supposed to be benefiting Chantel Brown, ran by different dark organizations or PACs that have been slamming and slandering and lying about Nina Turner. They're not even denying it. They're saying, but Chantel Brown didn't do it. So, leave her alone. Because Chantel Brown didn't do it. Other people did it for her. I mean, they did it. So, you need to leave Chantel alone because that ain't her. That's people for her. I mean, well, couldn't she tell them to stop? Couldn't she put out a press release saying, hey, cut the negativity? You don't even suggest it, sir. Father, Reverend, Bishop, whatever. He talks more. He has more. He's talking with his chest. See how upset he is?
She has never said, I am Chantel Brown and I approve this message.
That's right. That's right.
If somebody else ran an ad, that's on them.
Ho. She has also never said, I am Chantel Brown and I don't approve dirty politics. I am Chantel Brown and I don't approve this message, nor do I approve this way of campaigning. She never said that either. Oh, I know, unnecessary, right? I get it, man. I get it. Anything to help your friend Chantel. I understand that. This is politics. I guess we'll be friends after the election, but for now, sir, have several seats. Have several seats, sir. If you're gonna be outraged all the time, okay? Be outraged all the time. Till then, have a Hennessy and a Coke and shut the fuck up. Real talk. Now, Nina Turner, let's clear this up right away, okay? Let's just clear the air a little bit here, sir, and all the other sirs in the building, all the other clergy people there. Here's the timeline of events that you should be aware of, sir, because maybe you just don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're ignorant to the facts. Let me bring you up to speed, my brother.
She has never said, I am Chantel Brown.
Here's the timeline of events. Nina Turner runs positive campaign ads for 2.5 months. DMFI PAC drops damn near $1 million of negative ads for Chantel Brown. The DFMI PAC sends deceptive mailers, suggesting Turner, a leader on healthcare and workers' rights, is against both. Finally, Nina responds. And then here you come. Where were you on steps 1 through 3? Where were you doing steps 1 through 3? I'm just a question. I'm just wondering, where were you doing steps 1 through 3? I mean, I know sometimes in sports it happens where there'll be two players, they're both being aggressive, they're both doing their best to win the game or score the shot. And the first player that bumps, that commits a foul, the refs miss it. And then the other player who's aggrieved retaliates. And that's the one they get. And that's when you get that, that's when you get the whistle. Because they sometimes miss the first one. So they wrongly catch the person who's retaliating when they're not the one that started it. So that happens. We take it on the chin. We don't like it, but it happens often in professional sports. And I understand it. I'm used to that. What I'm not used to, sir, is Chantel Brown doing 1 foul, 2 fouls, and 3 fouls, right? You're not seeing any of that shit. You going on a beer run or to pick up some Nashville hot chicken, which I enjoy, so it's I'm not dissing you on that. I like that too. Mrs. Black says I need to call. I'm slowing down, but I'm not. That's your thing. Some pork grinds or something. Now, you missed those 3 infractions, and the only one you see is the pushback from the person who's been here 3 times. I'm trying to understand how you're not, like, being dishonest. Are they paying you, sir? Do we have a referee that's on the dole? Like, what's this ref doing? If a ref did that in the game, we want him out of the game. We never want him to coach again. I'm going to have to ask you to have several seats. Don't try me, try Jesus. And if you already tried Jesus, get back to talking to him, because this ain't it. Nina Turner responded to the criticism, at least her campaign responded to the criticism of the clergy about the counter ads to Chantel's ads and mailers and lies in a press release. Nina Turner for U.S. issues this from Marissa Nahum. The following statement regarding the release of truthful campaign ads. Notice, truthful campaign ads. Truthful campaign ads exposing ethical issues in the record of Chantel Brown. See, there's a big difference there, sir, because the claims made by the DMFI about Nina Turner not supporting Medicare for All or not supporting workers' rights are bogus and false and unethical and lies and smears. Nina Turner's ads exposing ethical issues on the record of Chantel Brown are not lies. There are perceptions based on the information provided. Deputy Campaign Manager Kara Turrentine said the following: after Chantel Brown and her out-of-state allies have run weeks of dishonest negative attacks, Chantel Brown is in no position to complain about truthful ads that raise serious questions about her tenure in office. See, here's the deal, man. Politics gets like this sometimes. It's unfortunate. Nobody wants this. I want us to focus on the issues. I think if we focus on the issues, Turner will win this walking away. Because she wants to do more for the Ohioans. She's willing to do more. Her goal is to do more. Her point is to do more. That's the campaign. It's about Medicare for all. Everything that Nina's for, Chantel's for a lighter version of it. So if there's somebody who's willing to go to the store and get the groceries and somebody else who's not opposed to getting the groceries, who do you think's going to go get the groceries, Johnson? I mean, it's just basic logic here. If one candidate says, hey, I'm for this thing and I'm going to fight for it, and the other person says, hey, if it happens, I ain't going to fight against it. You know what I'm saying? But, hey. Yeah. What? Me? What? I'm a rapper and I come through the rap percent. I represent for Cleveland trying to pay rent. We put a dent in our toilet and then we put it down into your wallet. Now give to my campaign cause my name is Chantel Brown and I'm down. Sometimes I wear a frown, but mostly I smile cause I be doing it, child. Vote Chantel Brown. That's not for grown people, sir. That's weird. That's weird. This is not a dope freestyle. And it's got no point in what we're trying to do. This is serious business, man. You don't get to, look, the person that goes to Congress is important. Every person that goes to Congress is important. Even though I'm not in Ohio, I care about this. Um, what is wrong with these people? Okay, back to my point. I lost my train of thought. That was so funny. That was hilarious, but true. See, hilarious, but true. Chantel Brown does have a number of rap clips out there, right? Very basic rhyme structure, very fourth grade hip hop type thing, whack beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just responding to that. It's not a smear. It's me joking about what she's put out on the internet. She did it. All right, back to this. Meanwhile, while Chantel Brown is rapping and doing live streams with lies and smears and complaining and sending y'all and false flagging and gaslighting, pretending to be a victim and all this stuff, Nina Turner's holding town halls and she's speaking truth to power. And you are fortunate. You are fortunate because, see, Nina Turner has something that Chantel Brown doesn't have. The ability to convey what she wants to get done for the people of Ohio, what she thinks Americans need best, and how to fight for it, and also that she's going to stand in the gap and get it done. See, that's not what Chantel Brown oozes. She doesn't exemplify this. She doesn't exert this. I don't feel it. I know there have been other people that say, because this is a very political thing. How politics works, guys, is very dirty. There are people, well, I like both candidates, you know. I don't have a problem with either one of them because if they say they don't have a problem with either candidate, even if they've worked with Nina before, because, well, there's always the possibility they could get some work out of Chantel Brown. I mean, the whole thing, politics is dirty. Everybody's campaigning to get a job, trying to get, people sell out without even being offered anything. They just sell out just in the hopes that they'll get offered something. It's the wackest, non-cool, uncool nonsense. It's horrible. If this thing focused on just the issues, this would not be a race. This would be a walkthrough, okay? It'd be like, Nina Turner would be like Neo in The Matrix. When he first realized he had the power, he was just like, blocking punches, like, other guys like, that'd be Chantel Brown. And then, Neo was like, then he started doing it one-handed. Because see, Nina Turner has the issues. She wants to lower the age that you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid. She wants Medicare for all. And if you can't get it done federally, she wants to get it done locally. She wants it done. She wants it on the federal level. But she'll fight and work to get it done statewide. That's why all the dirty money's coming out, man. Don't you have some parishioners, some members of your church who can use some health care, brother? Don't you have that? Don't y'all have that there in Ohio? Aren't there some poor black folks in Ohio that can use some health care, man? And that's some rap lyrics. Live streams with Yvette Nicole, whatever her name is, complaining about, I'm being attacked. But where's the policy? Forget your feelings. Where's the policy? I still want to know what happened with all those deaths in the Ohio prisons. No one has the nuts or courage or heart to ask Chantel Brown, what was she doing when 13 people died in Ohio prison since June 2018? And why hasn't anyone else asked her that? Because she takes credit for stuff she didn't do all the time. Like, I'm a leader. Okay, well, how have you been leading about the penitentiary, about the jails? What about that? About the women, the black sisters not giving sanitary pads? About the black men getting beat up for no reason by the stormtroopers and the guards? About the retaliation when they do tell authorities? Like, about the guards who had the the heart to tell, and the retaliation that they faced, telling on corrupt guards in the prison. I'm just waiting to hear Chantel Brown's long record of fighting that and her voice sticking up for these people. Father, president, clergyman, bishop, reverend. Get back to me on that. I'm sure you got a lengthy answer for that. I'm sure you and Chantel have a lengthy answer for why I look up Chantel Brown, I look up Ohio prisons, I see nothing. from the Ohio leader and the Democrats. Okay, so let's move on. See, while you guys are throwing dirt and playing victim, throwing rocks and hiding your hand, or having your man throw rocks and you hide his hand, hide your hand, and walk around like you don't know what happened, Nina Turner is fighting for Medicare for all, and she's moving the crowd.
Who know that the system as it exists is rigged, and we must do a new thing in these United States of America. There is no force on earth that is more powerful than a conscious-minded people on the move. And so I'm asking this movement that is already supporting my candidacy from all over this country, from right here in my district, to continue to do more. My grandmother used to say, baby, we can show you better than we can tell you. Every single conscious-minded, justice-seeking person, I am talking to you. I need you to give your time, your talent, and your treasure to help us win this race. When I tell you they are all converging on this race, converging on your sister, because I believe in these issues, and also because, as Brother Allen laid out, I ain't gonna just talk about it, I will be about it, about the business of the people, the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class. I will partner with folks when necessary, but I will be nobody's puppet. I will work with folks when necessary. Well, I will not acquiesce on justice. I am going to stand up for the people who have the greatest needs in this country and help to fight with and for doing a new thing in this country. And I know that we can do this thing. That is what is necessary for a time such as this. So I need your help. Those of you who have already poured in, I want to thank you. I'm asking you to pour in even more, because again, this is not about one singular person. This is about our movement and the kind of country that we can be, the kind of country that we have the capacity to be, and the kind of nation that we must be. We cannot be content with leaving anybody behind. Medicare for all is not only the morally right and just thing to do, it is the economically right, just thing to do. And you know what's beautiful? When you start building justice, you just keep on building on it. How about that living wage? Just keep on building on it. How about canceling student debt? Just keep on building on it. How about passing the PRO Act so people can unionize in this country without the threat of being fired? How about keep building on it, making the ultra wealthy in this country pay their fair share? People making money hand over fist, even in the midst of a pandemic while people are starving or being evicted, and they paying almost zero in federal taxes. See, the thing about justice is it can't be stopped. And we are on this justice journey. So don't get discouraged, because our mission is so high we can't get over it. Our mission is so low we can't get under it. And our mission is so wide we cannot get around it. We are doing this daggone thing. I am honored to be a servant to the people of the 11th Congressional District, the great state of Ohio, and this great nation. And I want you to know, when we go to Congress, we are going to unite with folks with fancy titles and folks without fancy titles to do a new thing in this United States of America, starting with centering the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class. We can do this. Life, liberty, and everybody's pursuit of happiness. Hello, somebody. With these hands, we're going to do this.
Thank you so much, Nina Turner. Thank you so much. Standing ovation over Zoom. I know we all wish we were in an auditorium with you, about to hit the precincts in Ohio 11th.
See, if if the issue, look, if the campaign in this election came down to this, I think there would be no problems at all. Medicare for all, union, strengthening unions, workers' rights, all things that those mailers said she didn't support. This was Nina Turner live yesterday. After, look, we did a live stream together with Another World is Possible, Gravel Institute, Nina Turner, Shama Sawant, Amy Villalela, Jake Flores, Daniel Griscom, Katie E. singing. We all did a live stream about humanity and the possibilities, right? Better possibilities and humanity, human dignity, okay? And then like an hour later, she did a 2-hour live stream with these folks, progressives. just constantly working, constantly putting out the message. And your people are saying she doesn't support this stuff. These aren't the policies that she supports, and it's all blatant lies. I wish it was about the substance of the campaigns. That's the way we wanted it to be. That's the race that was being run from the Nina Turner side, and the only option that Chantel saw was to go negative because she was down by so much. So people that don't understand how this works, Nina Turner was so far ahead, there's no reason at all in the world for her to do anything negative. That was Chantel's only card, was to go negative. She got endorsements from James Clyburn and Hillary Clinton, and she went negative. That's the only way she got any type of bump in the polls, which I'm not even convinced is real yet. We'll see. Asking 300 Democrats with a misleading poll is not going to convince me that Chantel Brown's doing so well. But make no mistake about it, she's the one that went negative. Now, tomorrow, there's going to be a great opportunity for people to ask Chantel Brown some questions in this virtual town hall, because people should ask Chantel Brown about the money. Yeah, ask her about millions of dollars that were given to companies connected to her family and friends and her boyfriend. This is a very credible question. I mean, if you're going to ask Nina about a $1,000 check from a guy's company, a friend who owns a company, $1,000. If that's going to be an issue, yeah, I think we should talk about the $3 million. I mean, just to be a little fair here. How could you have control and influence over $3 million and somehow it winds up in the pockets of your boyfriend's company he owns, and companies that your friends own, and no one say shit? Where are the articles, Daily Beast? Where are the articles, Politico? Where are the articles, Huffington Post? What's up? David Weigel at the Washington Post. What's up, man? What's up, David? I'm waiting. I want to see this. I want to see the articles. Interesting stuff, right? So tomorrow, let's see if we can get to this. Tomorrow, here goes the event. I want you to make sure you're there at the event to ask about this, ask about the money, ask about the jails. People lost their lives in Ohio jails, Johnson. Dead, gone. Lawsuits have been settled. The state admits wrong. So when I talk about the prisons and the issues in the prisons in Ohio, I'm not talking about an assertion or an allegation. It was proven in a court of law, and Ohio has settled these cases. Understand what I'm saying? And who is the Democratic chair? Who is the person saying, I'm the lead Democrat? I'm a protege of Marcia Fudge. That's been Chantel Brown. Okay, Chantel Brown, what up? What up with the prisons? So let's ask her those questions. Here goes where this is going to be, okay? She Got Next. Hashtag She Got Next Ohio edition. I guess if you follow the hashtag, that'll take us to it. A meet and greet with Ohio 11 congressional special election candidates, Chantel Brown and Nina Turner. Higher Heights for America PAC. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will at least be watching it. I don't know if they're going to allow me to live stream it, but I'm going to be watching it. And as I say to guys, remember, Higher Heights for America PAC, hashtag She's Got Next. And as I stated earlier, I want to be fair here, just as fair as that clergy member was, just as fair as they were about their criticism leveled at Nina Turner. I want to be just as fair. Reverend Marvin McMickle. I want to be fair as my brother there. So, in that spirit of fairness that Reverend McMickle has shown to Nina Turner, I invite Chantel Brown on the show. But Chantel, I'm going to ask you about the deaths in the Ohio prisons. I'm going to ask you about the mistreatment and the abuse in those prisons. And I want you to produce receipts of what you did. I'm going to ask you about the millions of dollars that somehow your boyfriend and family members have received by companies through. I just want to ask you about it. It looks bad. Okay, I want you to talk about it. And you know, and a couple other pertinent questions that go to your character. And I also want to ask, which is customary, why didn't you step down as the Democratic chair while you ran for Congress? Like, I want to ask you about that. Because it's like customary. The Cleveland Plain Dealer, the paper of note there in Cleveland, said it was unethical for you to run for Congress and still be the Democratic chair, because that gives you undue influence for endorsements. And I also like to ask you about Michael Dudley. I think that's his name, Michael Dudley. Why did you put on your website that he endorsed you when he didn't? Why are you fabricating endorsements from people, claiming that they endorse you when they haven't? In one such case is Michael Dudley, Councilman Michael Dudley, who put out a video saying that you use his name and likeness on your website as an endorser when he endorses. In fact, he endorses Nina Turner. These are questions other people aren't asking you. But if you got the heart to come on my show and answer them, I'll give you a platform to do that. How about that? All right. Go to NinaTurner.com. Become a supporter if you're not a supporter. If you can double down, double down. Folks, Nina Turner's raised a lot of money. But of course, she's hampered by the fact she doesn't take dark money. Unlike Chantel Brown, who not only takes it, she asks for it. She not only asks for it, she advertises for it. Okay? So, notwithstanding that, go to NinaTurner.com, volunteer if you can. You can phone bank or text bank from the privacy of your own home, the comfy confines of your chill spot, wherever you're chilling. And just use your phone and just get the word out, because it's that important. All right. Now, I want to get to the Bill Burr clip, because Bill Burr said something. And look, I'm a fan of Bill Burr's, okay? I love his comedy. I've been listening to Bill Burr for about 15, 20 years. I don't know. It was like, I think the first thing I heard from Bill Burr, was it Friday? No, was it Dave Chappelle? Was that the first time? Or was it? I think it was before that. He was on a Dave Chappelle show. Okay, so he did that, but he also did like this great rant about Philadelphia that got me. We're going back 20-something years, right? So anyway, Bill Burr, funny comedian. Guys, I don't even need to explain. You know who Bill Burr is. I want to get to that. But before I get to Bill Burr, let's take a pit stop at this, because I got to address this, okay? Now, everybody who watches the Tim Black Show knows I have increasingly been discussing reparations for formerly enslaved people, Black Americans, formerly enslaved Black Americans, right? I've been talking about that. Some people call that ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. Try to use the term formerly enslaved Black Americans, offspring. But we know I'm talking about Black folks in America who come from people who were enslaved in America. Okay. And we know I've been talking about that. And we all know that some people don't like that. Some people, the subject matter is grim, and there's others who just don't agree with reparations. They can't fathom how it could be done, though it was done for the Japanese, the Native Americans, and other peoples. But they can't fathom that. That's not what this segment's about. This segment is about those people that say, Tim Black, why are you with ADOS? So I want to clear some things up for some people. But first, let me show you what prompted me to do this segment. I'm doing this segment as a response to a letter I was sent.
Former President Trump in a rage.
Let me see. I do have it. Let's find this Let's find it, Johnson. Let's find this. Oh, here we go. Here it goes. Got it. Put this over here. And it goes like this. It reads, now the person's name has been cut off, but there's a real person who wrote this. They DM me, okay? It says, I see you are collabing with ADOS. False, I'm not collabing with ADOS. I was silent about your support of that group. I'm not supporting that group. ADOS is an anti-immigrant group started by a white supremacist sympathizer. Doesn't matter because I don't support that group. If that's true or not, I think they would disagree, but I'm not a part of that organization. The proof is out there on this very site that supporters of ADOS are either pro-fascism and use right-wing talking points. It's a gateway to the alt-right. A gateway to the alt-right. And you are promoting them. Okay. I have been listening to your work for damn near 10 years, but no more. Listen to my work for 10 years, but is not a member of the show. Interesting. As a child of black immigrants. Oh, so now I see why you're writing this. You're writing this because, well, it affects your tribe. I get it. Sort of what you accuse ADOS of, but I digress. I'm going to give my time to any other black person. No shit. American black person, right? Who are allies with a group that craps on Pan-Africanism and denigrates my lot to get something for themselves, unwittingly or not, doing the work of white supremacy. Good day. Okay. So that was the message, and I will respond. You've been watching my show for 10 years. You're not a member of the show. Says a lot about you, Johnson. How could you? 10 years of doing, damn, dude. Put a ring on it. Here's the other thing. I don't support any organization. I don't support the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. I'm not affiliated with the ADOS organization, nor am I affiliated with Black Lives Matter, nor do I support the ADOS organization or the Black Lives Matter organization or the Democrat organization or the Republican organization or the Libertarian, whatever. I don't support any organizations. This is the reason why, because people like you. I never know what an organization could do. Organizations tend to be big and unworldly things. They can't be really managed well. And people like yourself and others will criticize every member of a group because of what other member of the group did. So that's why I don't support any organization. I am not a member of ADOS organization, but I am a black man who's descended from slaves. I support black people. That's all I do. I support black people. I feel that black people deserve reparations. We should have been given it centuries ago. And this conversation should never have to be had. I support all African people and all other people who have a gripe with the U.S. government to sue the U.S. government. Black folks in America, black folks born in America, from parents in America, born in America, have a bone to pick with America. You, your parents being from whatever you're from, have a bone to pick with America. I support that. I don't think those two things need to be combined. You don't need us to help fight your battle. You have a government to help fight your battle. I'm petitioning my government to fight this battle. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand why you don't just support that. I've heard these claims about ADOS before. That's why I'm not a member of ADOS. I don't have ADOS in any of my titles on my channel because I'm not an ADOS person. I don't follow the founders of the latest iteration of ADOS, and they don't follow me. We are not friends. I don't know them. We don't work together, okay? So all the claims that you're making are irrelevant to me. I support black people getting reparations in America who are descendants of Americans who were enslaved by the U.S. government, and Americans who have faced Jim Crow, segregation, mass incarceration, Jane Crow, Joe Biden crow, and all the rest of the crows. You understand what I'm saying? So let's make that clear. I am not making this segment to change your mind, brother. Your mind is made up. We never have to talk again. But I want you to know that you are wrong. I want you to know that that's some bullshit. And I also want you to know, next time, if you want to support a brother, my brother from black immigrant, whatever immigrant you come from, it would have been nice. It would have been nice if you would have asked me the question. It would have been nice if you wouldn't have made assumptions. It also would have been nice if you would have actually supported this show that you consumed for 10 years. That's your words. Which leads us to a whole, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of conversation about immigrant blacks and black Americans, and you kind of affirm some of it. You get what I'm saying? But that's okay. For the rest of you guys, I ain't a member of ADOS, I ain't a member of BLM either. But I support, similarly like I support the thought and the belief that Black Lives Matter, I support that. I support that. I support that Black Lives Matter. I support that American descendants of slaves, which is what I am, man. I support that we deserve reparations in our rights, and we deserve equity, and we can't make up the gap, the racial wealth gap, by shit you give everyone because we're too far behind. If we own 2% of the wealth and white Americans own 62, if everyone moves up 2 slots, we're still 58 slots behind. We can never get any type of parity or equality in this country with universal plans that help everyone because we're too far behind. This is basic. I got 1 apple, you got 20. If you give each of us 2 apples, I got 3 apples, you got 23. Or 22. It's still. So, I thought this was obvious, but I guess it's not obvious, man. I don't support an organization, any organization. That's it, that's all. Go with God. Or not. I don't give a fuck. All right. Next story. Now back to Bill Burr. Back to Bill Burr, guy. You good? Bill Burr. Bill Burr recently did a podcast. His podcast is the Monday morning podcast. Okay, let's start this over. Bill Burr is a great comedian. He drops dimes, Johnson. Funny guy. And he's from Boston. He's been on the scene for a long time. He's now what you consider an OG. I got respect for my OG comedians. They come from my time zone. You know what I'm saying? So Bill Burr recently put out a clip. It's in his Monday morning podcast. He also has a Thursday morning podcast that he produces on like iTunes. So go get that. Here goes Bill Burr saying some things about CNN. Spot on, by the way.
I got to tell you, my mother-in-law comes over to help watch the kids, and she always puts on CNN. And do you know what those morons are doing? They're talking about Trump. I swear to God, I cannot believe people watch that channel. They're so dumb. I don't buy it. They're a corporate news channel, and they're treasonous, un-American pieces of shit. You have to scare the hell out of them. You got to make them feel like they got a virus, their house is going to burn down, and that the Nazis are coming back. Can you imagine if that was your job? You just go on TV every day and lie and get people to be against each other and just have everybody just sort of walking around in a low to high level of hysteria.
So, no lies detected. No lies detected. Now, look, guys, now, to be honest, I had to look into this because I don't cover Trump like that. I just don't, man. He's no longer president. I got enough of him, man. I had enough Trump. Goodness gracious, there's too much Trump. Everywhere I looked, there was Trump. I don't talk about Trump that much. Now, if you watch independent media, right? Let me take that back. Because some people in independent media do cover Trump. I don't cover him in independent media, but some do. But here's what they've been talking about on corporate media, okay? Bill Burr, does he have a point or does he not have a point? Here's what the conversation has been. Now, this only goes back a few days. Here goes CNN with Trump coverage. Remember, Trump ain't president. Trump is gone. Kinda.
Former President Trump in a rage after an Associated Press investigation finds just 182 cases of potential voter fraud out of the more than 3 million Arizona ballots cast in last year's presidential election. When Fox News mentioned the findings, Trump responded, and we put this up on screen. Fox News and other media outlets incorrectly side with the outdated and terrible Maricopa County Election Board to report no fraud found in the presidential election. They spewed the gross misinformation purposely put out by the county and the Associated Press. Just as a reminder, Trump lost Arizona by nearly 11,000 votes.
Exactly like that. Which brings me to July 14th, when two highly anticipated Trump books, Michael Bender's Frankly, We Did Win This Election and Michael Wolff's Landslide, went on sale. A third book about the final days of Trump, I Alone Can Fix It, by Washington Post's Carol Leonnig and Phil Rucker, is due out later in July.
Now in the ICU with 2 on ventilators. A poll last month by ABC News and the Washington Post found that only 6% of Democrats say they aren't likely to get vaccinated, whereas 47% of Republicans fall into that camp. Of course, the virus doesn't stay contained by political boundaries, and the ferocious Delta variant, which now accounts for an estimated 57% of all U.S. cases, poses a risk not only to those who choose
consider Trump a fascist, because Milley clearly does.
Yeah, I think that requires believing Trump can think in a consistent philosophical framework for more than about 10 or 15 seconds, and it's just not possible. He is all about Donald Trump.
Let's get now to those explosive revelations about the final days of the former president's term. This is from a new book by 2 Washington Post reporters, Carol Leonnig and Philip Rucker. It's called I Alone Can Fix It, and CNN's Jamie Gangel obtained some of the excerpts that we're about to discuss.
He was trying to assure many people around him who had concerns.
Absolutely. What this extraordinary reporting reveals is something, actually, it builds on what we already knew, that we had a crazy, delusional, authoritarian, dangerous, criminal president of the United States. And we knew it through all 4 years of his presidency. And what's happening in this book and a couple of others, and probably more to come, is we are now seeing that picture filled out and our worst fears fulfilled through actual...
I'm going to start with this. And I think this is really important to say. There's a lot of people out there who are like, we spend too much time talking about Donald Trump. We spend too much time talking about Donald Trump. But I think it's important for the American public to understand that this man is still basically the leader of one of the 2 most important parties in this country, and he's still basically plotting his return.
But by playing the role of an unpredictable bully with the Midas touch, Trump showed he couldn't easily...
I'm portrayed differently than I actually am.
But by playing the role of an unpredictable bully with the Midas touch, Trump showed he couldn't easily be ignored.
I believe that perhaps I'm portrayed differently than I actually am. I believe I'm portrayed in a rougher sense than the actual product. And I hope that's true, because I hope the actual product is a lot more mellow than the portrayal.
And that may be his biggest asset of all. When people attack Trump, they reinforce the version of Trump that Trump wants people to see. And inevitably, that keeps Trump's name in the news.
That doesn't matter because I'm not running for office.
Yes. Bill Burr is absolutely right. They are using Trump. I almost didn't know, man, because I wasn't paying attention to it. But everywhere you look, there's more Trump stuff. More Trump. Trump might come back. Trump won't stop the virus. Trump, there's 3 books. Here goes some more tell-alls about Trump. What do you know about the insurrection? There's a Trump sequel. There's a Trump foreshadowing of a closing ending, a cataclysmic ending. There's a tornado, a clump tornado. Trump and Trinidad James doing a new album. Trump on the horizon. Trump coming out with a new candy bar. Coming out with the super snacks, chocolate snacks, his favorite peanut butter scented snacks. Trump ice cream. Trump. And guys, they look. Leslie Moonves of CBS said it perfectly when he said, Trump may not be good for America, but he's damn good for us. I know he wish he could take that back, man. I'm surprised they didn't come get him when he said that publicly. Trump is great for media. And every time they talk about Trump, they're helping Trump. Don't think Trump doesn't know that. Don't think that's not the strategy. And don't think they don't know it. They know it. Every time they mention his name, he gets stronger. He's almost like Candyman. You know, say his name 3 times and he appears. That's what's up with Trump. So we all know it. It's on YouTube. If you say certain commentators' names, I'm helping them. If I say their names, it's actually helping them. That's why sometimes when you want to talk about somebody, you say their name the wrong way. As long as your audience knows who you're talking about, it doesn't help them in the algorithm. Well, these media types already know that. When they put out negative content about Trump, that's how we got Trump. So don't believe them when they say they don't want Trump. No, they do want Trump. He's great for business. What they don't want is you talking about your health care being shit. That's why they never mention it. What they don't want is reparations for formerly enslaved Black Americans. That's why they never mention it. The things they don't want. Okay? And they don't mention those things. But when they mention something, they want it to be talked about. That's why they mention it. I'm in the business, though on a meager budget, small guy here doing my thing, but anything you mention, you want amplified. Or you wouldn't mention it. So whether unless you're in a position where you have to defend yourself, mention someone's name is always an offensive act. It's always a deliberate act for a reason. When I talked about elections, when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, there's a point of talking about it. So when they talk about Trump, they want to talk about Trump, and that's why they're talking about Trump. And it helps Trump, and it helps them. They were tanking Johnson without talking about Trump. Trump sucked all the oxygen out the room, and now they got to get some of that oxygen back in the room, or they won't be able to fly their private jets, their private helicopters. They're not going to be able to pay those high salaries to themselves. But it has nothing at all to do with you or I. To do with a UBI or you and I. Understand what I'm saying? All right. Shout out to Bill Burr. Thank you for that great clip. You know, a lot of people criticize Black Lives Matter. And like I said, man, for the organization, of course, there's a lot of things to criticize about Black Lives Matter, the organization. There's a lot of bones to pick and a lot of questions to be asked, okay? I haven't really done a deep dive on Black Lives Matter. Frankly, I don't want to get involved into it. Somebody raised a lot of money, and people wonder where the money at. A classic debate, a classic concern happens all the time. But what I want to talk about tonight is a story that I heard about in Florida where this white guy was like plotting something. So he said, hey, I'm going to blame it on Black Lives Matter. He like disappeared. He like killed someone and was trying to get someone killed or kill some. I'm sort of lost, but here's the guy. I'm trying to understand. Did he kill someone or not? But the whole rub to it was, you know how I've covered stories in the past on this channel where someone does a crime and they blame it on a random black person. They just conjure one up in their minds. Well, Black Lives Matter has become so tainted, so polarized, so hated by so many people that you don't have to blame it on black people no more. You just blame it on a black organization. That's what this guy did. This guy, a Florida man, Daniel Starr, wanted to blame Black Lives Matter for ex-girlfriend's murder. Now, this was in the Washington Post. A Florida man who was planning to have his ex-girlfriend and some of her family members killed devised a plan to pin the crime on Black Lives Matter protesters to throw police off his trail. I'm telling you, man. This was in the Washington Post. Daniel Slater, 51 of Jupiter, Florida, wanted his ex-girlfriend killed, along with the woman's sister and brother-in-law, whom he blamed for sabotaging the couple's relationship, court documents state. Slater believed he'd found someone to carry out the job and instructed them to spray paint Black Lives Matter at the scene of the crime, according to investigators. He devised the plan as protesters erupted across the country last year in the wake of George Floyd's murder. This is real. This happened. Now, the person Slater was trying to hire turned out to be an undercover FBI agent. I don't know who he hired. Like, where did he find someone to kill his girlfriend and her family members? But he actually evidently asked the wrong person because it was an FBI agent. Now, Slater, who was indicted in June, within days of trying to launch a plot, could serve up to 10 years in prison. So he didn't kill anybody. Luckily, it was an FBI agent. Okay, I was wrong. He pleaded guilty last week to murder for hire in a deal to which federal prosecutors dropped several other charges against him. Both sides agreed he should serve the maximum 10 years, although a judge will formally sentence him at a future hearing. Now, there's more to it. He did some other weird stuff. Someone else disappeared at some point, and I don't understand what that's got to do with it, but somehow there's more to it. Here's the deal. Maybe it's time to stop villainizing Black Lives Matter. I mean, we got people out here wanting to stick murders on the organization. All right? Like, multiple murder to be attributed to it. And you know there are people out there that would just believe it. Yep, I believe it. Black Lives Matter killed that man's girlfriend and her kids, and her brother, and her sister, and the mother. Yeah, I bet that's what they did. They wouldn't even need evidence. Right now, there's probably people watching or who are going to watch this who would say it's a conspiracy that they just made him say it. They made him lie. It was Black Lives Matter behind it. Those people are dead. He's dead. Everyone's dead. They killed everyone. Like, no, that he's right there. He's in jail. No, he's dead. They killed him. There you go, believing the damn CNN news. Believing the snowflakes, the liberals. Tim, I thought you were better than that. No, the man's alive. He's right there. No. Oh, you're going to believe that? Oh, I've been watching you for 10 years, Tim. I'm disgusted in you, Tim. I get crazy mail sometimes. The point is, guys, the hate will consume you. It'll eat you up on the inside out. So, yes, we criticize Black Lives Matter. That's fine. But it's gone too far, man. People now not just blaming black people, they're blaming black organizations. And Black Lives Matter ain't even black. I mean, the people at top were black, but here we go again. There's an organization, then there's this hashtag, right? A sentiment, and then there are protesters who protest based on that sentiment. And then there are chapters that are much smaller that aren't connected to really the Black Lives Matter parent organization. That's why they're complaining. They ain't getting the money from the organization. And people are so pissed that they blame all these people for the same thing. And that's why I'm not a part of any organization, guys. Because see what I'm saying? Look at this. Trying to blame me for murder. if I was part of that organization. All right, that's it, guys. I'm Tim Black. This is Real Tim Black on Facebook and on Twitter. I'm Tim Black and that on Instagram. I got to get my Clubhouse game up. I'm on Clubhouse, too. What else? I'm on TikTok, too. What else? I'm on Twitch, too. What up, Twitch? What else? Let's go to comments. We got any comments, guys? What a night. Yeah, what's up, Derek? Love your show. I'm not your friend from high school, just an average guy from Ohio. Yeah. Well, you know what? Derek is on Facebook. The Derek Johnson I know is on Facebook, and he spells his name differently. I realized that after I said it. But you never know. It could be my bro. You know, I seen him like not too long ago, so shout out to you, Derek Johnson. RJ says, I'm listening to Nina firing on all cylinders, and I'm realizing all she's got to do is take fire to Congress and keep it at all costs. That's all she's got to do, Johnson. That's all she's got to do. We're going to hold her accountable, but you can't say a person sold you out before they sell you out. That's just how it works. These people are just, first of all, I don't believe that's what's going to happen. But there are people that are saying, you're a sellout before they sold out. Now, there have been people that sold out on me. Hey, man, I used to do a show called No Sellouts. I hate sellouts. I'm not down with sellouts. But the person has to sell out before you call them a sellout. You can't say, you're going to sell out. That's not how it works. Dustin Benz, I bet you all the dollars mainstream media is still rebuilding Trump's because they basically wanted to be Kamala versus Trump or Buttigieg versus Trump, whatever, not policies. Oh, God. They also, look, let me give it up to Dustin Benz. Also, bro, I think Trump would be both of them. Oh, no, here come the chaos. I think it would be both of them. There's nothing, absolutely nothing inspiring about Pete Buttigieg. It's nothing interesting or inspiring, okay? Hey, man, I don't have to actually like your politics to observe your characteristics and to listen to your pitch. I can do that. I can separate the two things. And I'm nothing about Pete, I think, would really get people out to the polls. I mean, the only way that would happen, like Trump, fear of Trump won't get it done this time. It only worked last time because Joe Biden promised stuff that he ain't going to deliver on. That bastard went back on student loans, police reform, and a host of other things. That's what he did. So, yeah. So, and as far as Kamala, I don't think she could beat Trump either. Just what I think. So I think they are trying to pin stuff on Trump or get him on something to stop him from being able to run. But meanwhile, they'll use it for every click and every view possible. Every little dollar they could get out of him. Believe me, that's the game. That's the game. And there's some independent media who recognize it as well. Like, it's the deal. Corporate media is making millions as we speak. Millions of dollars right now off of Trump, and he ain't even in office. Over 50 and Fantabulous, what's up? Thank you, 50. Thank you for the mini stimulus, 50. I appreciate you. Good to see you, by the way, sis. Bose, what Bose Einstein say? Damn. Manchin gets donation as low as $2,000 from the right wing. His friends. His friends. His friends. Joe Manchin. Hilarious guy, isn't he? Yeah. Someone else was talking about Joe Manchin donations. He went to a party, right? Like a fundraiser, right? Got to get him out, guys. Have to get him out of office. I guess that's it. Shout out to Bose Einstein for the love and support. Shout out to Dustin Benz, RJ Ramrod, Over 50 and Fantabulous, Derek Johnson in the house. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow, we open up phone lines. Phone lines will be open, Johnson. I'm with you. I got your back, have my back. We're doing this together. I don't know. Peace. Wolfpack. Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.